Welcome back to Daily Stories English. We often say, I have time. We say, I will do it tomorrow. We treat Monday like a punishment and Friday like a reward while ignoring everything in between. But what if you could see exactly how much time you had left? Not in years, but in seconds. Today, I have a story for you about a man who thought he had forever until he met the merchant of moments. Arthur was a man of great potential, but he was also a man of great delay. He was 32 years old, yet his life had not really started. He had a novel he wanted to write, but the pages remained blank. He had a business he wanted to start, but the plans remained in his head. He had a woman he loved, but he never proposed, waiting for the perfect financial moment. Arthur's favorite phrase was, I'll get to it. He would say, I'll get to it when I feel more inspired, or I'll get to it tomorrow. But tomorrow is a seductive liar. Tomorrow whispers in your ear that everything is possible, without requiring you to do anything today. One rainy Tuesday evening, Arthur was walking home. He was frustrated. Another day had passed where he accomplished nothing. He had spent 4 hours scrolling through his phone, watching other people live their dreams. To avoid the rain, he ducked into a narrow alleyway he had never noticed before. At the end of the alley stood a small, dusty shop with a sign that creaked in the wind. The Emporium of Seconds. Curious and wanting to escape the cold rain, Arthur pushed the heavy wooden door open. The shop was silent except for the sound of ticking. Ticking, ticking. A million different rhythms filled the air. The walls were lined with clocks, grandfather clocks, pocket watches, digital timers, and hourglasses filled with strange, glowing sand. But these clocks didn't tell the time of day. They didn't point to 12 or 6. They were counting down. Welcome, Arthur! A voice rasped from the shadows. From the back of the room emerged an old man. He was incredibly short, with wild white hair and spectacles that magnified his eyes. He wore a suit that looked like it was from the 19th century. How do you know my name? Arthur asked, startled. I know everyone's name who wastes what I sell. The old man smiled. I am the merchant, and you, my friend, are one of my biggest unintentional donors. Arthur was confused and defensive. I didn't donate anything to you. The merchant laughed, a dry crackling sound. Oh, but you have. Come here. The merchant led Arthur to a glass counter. Inside were beautiful crystal jars, and swirling inside the jars was a silver mist. That, the merchant said, pointing to a jar, is the time you wasted today. 3 hours on social media, 1 hour staring at the ceiling, 45 minutes complaining about the weather. I collect it, I bottle it, and I sell it to those who need it. Arthur scoffed. You can't sell time, that's impossible. The merchant's eyes turned cold. Is it? Follow me. He took Arthur to the back of the room and pulled back a velvet curtain. It revealed a window, but not to the alley outside. It was a window into a hospital room. In the bed lay a billionaire, a man who owned skyscrapers, jets, and islands. He was surrounded by the best doctors in the world, but he was gasping for air. That man, the merchant whispered, would give every single dollar in his bank account, all 50 billion of them, for just one of those jars of silver mist you wasted today. He wants to see his grandson graduate next week, but he won't. He has zero balance left. Arthur felt a chill run down his spine. The merchant pulled the curtain closed and opened another one. This showed a young woman sitting at a desk, crying, holding a rejection letter. She needs just 1 more month, the merchant said. If she had 1 more month, she could finish her research and cure a disease. But her funding runs out tomorrow. She is out of time. You, Arthur, are a millionaire. You are rich in the only currency that matters. You wake up with 86,400 seconds every day, and you flush them down the toilet. I didn't know, Arthur stammered. Ignorance is not an excuse, the merchant snapped. Now, I have a proposition for you. The merchant pulled out a sleek black notebook. Arthur, you are 32. Based on your health and destiny, you are scheduled to live until you are 84. That is 52 more years. A fortune. However, you don't use it, you just exist. So sell it to me. Sell me your next 20 years. In exchange, I will give you this dot. The merchant placed a heavy gold briefcase on the table and clicked it open. It was filled with cash. $10 million. You want money, don't you? The merchant grinned. You want to be rich? Here it is. All you have to do is sign. You will still live until 64. That is plenty of time to enjoy this money. Arthur looked at the money. He thought about the car he could buy, the house, the respect he would get. He wouldn't have to work. He wouldn't have to write that book. He could just enjoy life. He thought, I waste 20 years just sleeping and watching TV anyway. Why not get paid for it? Arthur picked up the pen. The merchant's smile widened, revealing sharp teeth. Arthur signed the paper. The moment the ink touched the paper, the room spun violently. Arthur felt a yank in his gut, as if he were being pulled through a straw. Everything went black. When Arthur opened his eyes, he was dizzy. He was sitting in a luxurious leather chair in a massive penthouse apartment. Through the window, he could see the city skyline. It was beautiful. He looked down at his hands. They were wrinkled. There were liver spots on his skin. He panicked and ran to the mirror. The face staring back was not 32. It was 52. His hair was grey and thinning. His face was lined with age. It worked, he whispered. I'm rich. He checked his bank account. $10 million. He had done it. But then, his phone rang. It was a video call. He answered it. Dad? You finally answered. Arthur was confused. Dad? On the screen was a young woman, maybe 19 years old. She looked exactly like the woman Arthur loved when he was 32. Dad, I'm getting married today. I know you've been absent for the last 20 years, busy with your business and traveling. But I hoped you'd come. Arthur's heart stopped. Married? But you were just born? No, wait. He realized the horrible truth. In skipping 20 years, he hadn't just lost time. He had lost the experience of time. He had missed his wedding. He had missed his daughter's birth. He had missed her first steps. He had missed her first day of school. He had missed the summer vacations and the lazy Sunday mornings. He looked around the empty, expensive penthouse. He had $10 million, but he had no memories. He was a stranger to his own daughter. Arthur rushed out of the apartment. He ran to the place where the shop used to be. He ran with his old, heavy legs. His lungs burned. He wasn't young and fit anymore. He found the alley and banged on the wooden door. Open up! Take it back! Take the money back! He screamed. The door creaked open. The merchant stood there, looking exactly the same. Ah, the wealthy Arthur, the merchant said. Enjoying your fortune? I don't want it, Arthur cried, throwing the briefcase at the merchant's feet. I missed everything. I missed my life. Give me my 20 years back. The merchant shook his head sadly. I cannot. I've already sold those years. I sold 5 years to the scientist who cured the disease. I sold 5 years to the billionaire who saw his grandson grow up. Your time was used well, just not by you. Arthur fell to his knees, weeping. Please, I'll do anything. The merchant looked down at him. Time is the only commodity that, once spent, can never be returned. You traded the magic of the journey for the comfort of the destination. And now you see that the destination is empty without the journey. Arthur squeezed his eyes shut and screamed in pure agony. And then he woke up. He was back in his small apartment. He was sitting at his desk. He looked at his hands. young, smooth hands. He looked at the clock. It was only 11 p.m. on that same rainy Tuesday. He had fallen asleep at his desk. It was a nightmare. But in his hand, he was clutching something. He opened his fist. It was a small golden pocket watch. And on the back, etched in metal, were the words, "Warning, do not waste." Arthur didn't go back to sleep. He didn't pick up his phone to scroll. He pulled out his laptop and wrote the first chapter of his book. The next morning, he proposed to the woman he loved. He started his business that weekend. Arthur lived. He truly lived. He realized that $10 million is worthless if you don't have the time to spend it with the people you love. My friends, listening to this story, you do not have a merchant to offer you a deal. You do not get a second chance to wake up from a nightmare. This is your life? Right now. The scrolling you are doing, that is your life slipping away. The fear holding you back, that is the thief of your time. The anger you hold against someone, that is a waste of your precious seconds. You are the millionaire of seconds. Don't sell your time for cheap distractions. Don't trade your dreams for temporary comfort. Because one day, the clock will stop. And no amount of money will buy you one more minute. Start today. Start now. Don't waste your time. Don't waste your life. Thank you for watching Daily Stories English. If this story woke you up, please like and subscribe. Use your seconds wisely today. I'll see you in the next story.